guys. So tonight's dinner is a dish for leftover Thanksgiving turkey that we discovered down here in the South. Last year, me and my husband went to Kentucky. We went to Louisville, Kentucky, and we found out that they have a dish called the Hot Brown, which originated at the Brown Hotel in Louisville. And it's basically a turkey open-faced sandwich with some additions that we didn't think blends, but it was delicious. So last year we started making this for the after Thanksgiving meal with leftovers, and we're just carrying it over to this year. So you need to make a roux, and you don't need a lot, but I did a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of flour. Mixing. And then we add milk. My bad, you don't add milk, you add cream. So I got some heavy cream. And I like a lot of sauce. I'm going to add this whole pint. I'm going to get that nice and thick. And then you add Parmesan cheese. I definitely shredded more than I need, but that doesn't go to waste. I'll just put some in a container, but you put about a cup of Parmesan cheese in here to let that melt, and then you have a nice sauce that they call a Mornay sauce. So it's the thickened cream with Parmesan, and I guess thickened milk with Parmesan would be Alfredo, but they call it a Mornay sauce. So I'm going to let that thicken, and then I'll add the cheese to melt. That is all heated up. I'm going to add, that looks like a cup of Parmesan cheese. The recipe actually asks for Pecorino Romano, and it's so funny because I usually have Pecorino Romano, but this time I have Parmesan. But it still comes out the same. Now I'm going to put a little bit more. And then you get that all melting. This is such a good dish. So supposedly the Brown Hotel created it, because the Hot Brown is not exactly a great name for a dish, but it was what to do with leftover turkey. And they made this, and it became known as the Hot Brown. And you can find it in other restaurants and I believe hotels, but it originated at the Brown Hotel in Louisville. And it is one tasty dish. And then they served it with fries that had ketchup that was infused with bourbon. So bourbon infused ketchup on fries. It was a heavy meal, but it was so good. So now this sauce is nice and thick. I'm going to put it on the back burner just to keep it warm. And then I'll show you what we do next. So next, I am heating up some of the turkey. So they say for sliced turkey, but we didn't cut or carve the turkey where I actually have pretty slices. So I'm just heating it up like that. Get it warmed up. I mean, you can throw it in the microwave if you want. I'd rather not unless I was in a rush. So just going to warm that up. And then you actually have bacon. You top it with bacon. So I do have some fully sliced bacon, but I have Canadian bacon, and I think I'm going to use the Canadian bacon. We did use that last time, and it was really good. So I'm going to use the Canadian bacon and maybe save that for a BLT because those are so good. So when the turkey is done, I'm going to put the Canadian bacon in there to heat up. So the turkey is heated up, and I removed it, and now I have the Canadian bacon in here warming up. And it still has, it has the bacon flavor to it, just less fat. So sticking with that. Although the original Hot Brown is traditional bacon. So let those cook up. And in the meantime, I have my broiler set. This oven does work with the broiler, so thank God for that. And I found in Publix Cuban bread. So now, basically, I believe they say for Texas toast, so thick sliced toast. which you can find Texas toast bread in the supermarkets. So you toast up thick sliced bread in the broiler, and then you're going to put all the toppings on it. We have done it with regular sliced bread, but this time I'm doing Cuban thick sliced bread. So I'm actually going to put it in the broiler to get toasty on both sides, and then I'm going to flip it. That was loud. So I got to keep an eye on that, and then I got to flip it. I got my Marinade sauce, my bacon cooking, and the turkey is heated up. And then you need tomatoes. Usually slicing tomatoes, but I have cherry tomatoes. And the boys won't eat the tomatoes, so I'm just going to have these the long way and top them on some of the open face sandwiches. So I toasted the bread on both sides. The other side got a little more toastier than that side, so I kept an eye on that. But what you do now is you top it with turkey, each slice. So I'm going to do that. And now that they have all turkey on them, now you top them with the bacon. And like I said, we've had them with the regular bacon, but Canadian bacon saves some fat. Yep. And then, I'm not going to do all of them because the boys don't like them, but I'm going to top some with tomatoes, or a slice of tomato would have been nice and easy, but I didn't do it that way. Okay. Let's do 3. Okay, and then, hold up. Okay, so over here, John wanted some hot brown without bread. So that's just turkey, bacon, and tomatoes. And then you take the sauce and literally just smother the crap out of these with the sauce. Oops, I'm gonna make a mess. Okay. Just pour it on. Oh, that got thick. All right. All right. Let me pause it, and then you'll see when it's done. So now that they're as smothered as I probably could have made more sauce because I actually made a little extra. You smother them, and now you stick them back in the broiler to get golden on top. Unbelievable. Back they go. Gotta keep an eye on that. There they are, bubbly and golden. So when we had the hot brown at the Louisville Brown Hotel, the sauce covered the entire bread, so you don't have to worry about the bread getting more toasted. So since it was getting more toasty, we took it out because it's going to start to burn soon. But basically, you're supposed to drown it in the sauce. So, yeah, John's already waiting with his plate. Oh, okay. Let me serve the plates. There it is, all plated. Some of the boys have sides. John opted for no bread on his hot brown, but that is what's for dinner tonight.
The cat opted for a seat.
Oh, and
Yep.
there you go. She's sitting with us tonight.